So far in my filmmaking journey, I've made so many mistakes. Oh my gosh, it's insane how much I've made. But here are my top 5 mistakes that I've made that when I fixed it, drastically improved my films. Let's get into it. Number 1, not prioritizing storytelling. I think the key of it all is storytelling is king. Like, you need to prioritize story when you're filming. Like, what is the end goal? Like, literally, when I'm filming, before I start filming, I ask myself this question: what am I trying to tell? What is the story I'm trying to put out there? Is it a sad story? Is it a political story? Is it an emotional story? What is the story you are trying to tell? The moment I started prioritizing that before I start filming, my films drastically improved. So story is king. You need to prioritize the story you're trying to tell. Mistake number 2, shooting with the wrong frame rate. Now, we know the basic 24, 30, 60, 120, and the rest, but not prioritizing what frame rates you want to shoot at, or not being intentional with the frame rates you want to shoot at, can drastically mess up your image. When I first started, I was always filming in 60 frames, trying to everything to slow motion, buttery clips, but I realized if I'm trying to tell conventional, like a conversational story, I can't shoot in 60 frames because it was always looking weird. So I started prioritizing, okay, when do I want to slow down? When do I want to get that slow and buttery clips? So I was always being intentional when I shoot 60 frames. Being intentional with your framing can drastically improve your filmmaking. Mistake number 3 was shooting high ISO. Shooting high ISO was one of the biggest mistakes I made because a lot of cameras that you have always have a base ISO. Now what this means is this is the best number in your camera that your sensor captures videos the best at. For example, with the Canon C70, is the base ISO, I believe, for C-Log 2 and C-Log 3 is 800. Not every camera is like Sony that are drastically good in low light, but like the FX3, I believe, is a dual base ISO camera, I believe so, and you have 2 different ISO points. So I'm not a Sony shooter, but I do know about that. So prioritize your ISO and try not to bump it super high, because if not, you can start getting noisy footages in your films. Mistake number 4, color grading. Colors can drastically improve your films. If you're not color grading right now, start color grading. It can drastically improve your films. So you need to start prioritizing how to be a good colorist, pretty much. You don't have to be the best, but you need to be able to get the basics where your skin looks like your skin. You need to know that, because color can drastically, and I mean it, drastically improve your films. If you want to learn more about color grading, I have a video, you can click on this, but you need to learn how to become a good color grader. It can drastically improve your films. So if you're not color grading, start doing it now, because you can literally transform your image. Mistake number 5 is sound design. Sound is the most powerful thing in your film. If you're not prioritizing sound, you're missing out. You need to understand how sound can drastically improve your film. Like, here is one clip without sound design. Here's a clip with sound design. Sound immerses your viewers into your film. It could be ambience, it could be Foley's, it could be risers. Those things just sucks people in when you're watching your film. So you need to prioritize sound. You'd be surprised how much sound can change your films. But yeah, those are my top 5 mistakes that I've made, and let me know down what are the top mistakes you've made in your filmmaking journey so far. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.